Half of the tech jobs posted right now aren't real. And if you don't know what to do before you hit the reply button, you are handing your time, your savings, and your mental health to companies that were never going to hire you in the first place. Now, not because your resume is bad or you're underqualified, it's because the role was never supposed to be filled in the first place. The fake tech job crisis is real, it's hitting career changers the hardest, and nobody is warning you about it. But today I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, how to detect a ghost job listing before you waste another hour, and where real tech hiring is actually happening right now. Quick disclaimer before we dive in. If you're new here, I'm Kedeisha, and 6 years ago, I was delivering pizzas and pulling warehouse shifts, and today I'm running a community of over 80,000 current and aspiring data professionals, and I've helped thousands of other career changers break into tech without going back to school and wasting more money on boot camps that just don't work. If you ever want to work with me to land your first job in data analytics, click the link in the description. All right, so let's get into it. So let's start with what's actually going on. In the information and technology sector specifically, the ghost job rate is at an estimated 48%. Across all industries, 1 in 3 active job postings never result in an actual hire. And over 81% of recruiters have admitted to posting ghost jobs. So why are companies doing this in the first place? Well, it's 4 reasons. First, investor signaling. Startups and public companies will post roles to look like they're growing, even during full internal hiring freezes. The job board becomes a PR tool, not a hiring tool. Second, employee placation. Posting a role makes overworked staff believe help is coming. The listing is just a pressure valve and not an opportunity. Data harvesting. Recruiters post evergreen listings to build talent pipelines for projects that may not even start for another 6 to 12 months. You literally go into a waiting room that no one told you about. And then there's compliance theater. Many companies are legally required to post a role publicly before they can promote an internal candidate. So the job is already filled, the posting is just paperwork, and you're just applying to the paperwork. A career expert posted in Forbes last November that the US labor market looks deceptively strong on paper. Millions of openings suggest opportunity, but many are illusions. That is the market that you've been applying into, and now you know why. The market didn't just get harder, it's also full of fakes. Now, before we click apply on any tech job from this point forward, run it through these 5 checkpoints. Number 1, posting age. If a tech role has been active for more than 30 days and is still listed as actively recruiting, the ghost probability is very high. Real teams who need someone fill roles in about 3 to 4 weeks. But here's the psychology behind why this is so easy to miss. A Nobel Prize winning psychologist referred to this phenomenon as a reliable way to make people believe in falsehoods is frequent repetition. So the more often that you scroll past a posting, the more familiar it feels. And the more familiar it feels, the more real that it seems. Job boards know this, and a listing that's been sitting there for 90 days still feels active because you've seen it 15 times. That familiarity is not evidence of legitimacy, it's actually a cognitive trap. 60 or 90 days with no updates, you gotta move on. All right, so checkpoint number 2, careers page cross-reference. Never apply directly from a third-party job board. When you find a role on LinkedIn or Indeed, open a new tab and go directly to the company's website. Search their career page and find that exact role. If it only exists on the job board but not the company's own site, don't apply. Many job boards just scrape old listings and keep them alive long after the role is filled or canceled. Checkpoint number 3, recruiter reverse search. Find the recruiter or hiring manager attached to the posting and look them up on LinkedIn. A real recruiter has an active presence. Post, company content, documented history of placements, empty profile, and stock photo, those are all red flags. Do not send your resume, and absolutely do not send personal documents to someone that you cannot verify. Checkpoint number 4, multi-city post. Same job description, same company, but posted in 5 or more cities simultaneously: Austin, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Denver. That is almost always going to be pipeline building, not active hiring. Real open headcounts are tied to a specific team, a specific location, and a specific budget. Checkpoint number 5, the start date question. This is the most powerful one. If you get a recruiter on a phone screen, ask this in the first 5 minutes. What is a target start date for this role, and has the budget for this headcount been fully approved? A real recruiter gives you a confident, specific answer. Yeah, we need someone in this seat by the first of the next month. Headcount is fully approved. A ghost recruiter gives you vague, rambling non-answers. Yeah, we're just building a pipeline right now, looking for the right culture fit, blah, blah, blah. No hard start date. If they can't give you a hard start date and a budget confirmation, thank them for their time and walk away. Run these on every job on your tracker today. You'll most likely cut your list by 40 to 60%. This is not a loss, this is just hours of your life back. Now, here's why ghost jobs hurt career changers specifically. If a senior engineer or an experienced analyst wants a new role, they can message a former manager or a friend and ask, hey, is that posting real or is it a fake one? They can get an answer within 30 seconds. They filter out the ghosts before they even write the cover letter. But career changers do not have that filter. You're looking from the outside with no one on the inside to tell you if the listings are real. So you do what everyone else is advising you to do and apply in high volume. 200 applications, 300, 500 over 6 to 12 months. The average career changer has about 6 to 9 months of savings if they're not working to make their transition work. So if you spend the first 3 or 4 months of that savings applying to job openings that do not exist, waiting on callbacks that never come, you've burnt through half your savings with nothing to show. And that mental stress even makes it worse. Automated rejections at 2 a.m., silence you start internalizing, the thought creeping in of, I'm not cut out for tech, should I just go back to doing what I was doing before? This is not a talent problem, it's a game that's been rigged from the start. And it's not just career changers saying this. Back in April of 2026, the New York's anti-ghost job bill passed through the state Senate. And the bill's sponsor said, ghost jobs aren't just frustrating, they're dishonest and exploitative. 5 states are now actively passing laws to ban this practice. Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, California, and Kentucky. This is how real the problem is, and this is how much damage it is doing. So, where are people actually getting hired in tech right now? Number one, internal referrals. Multiple HR industry surveys confirm that referrals account for 40 to 60% of all real hires in tech. These are roles that never even show up on a public job board and fill before a company ever pays for a LinkedIn job posting because a trusted employee refers someone directly to the hiring manager. The referred candidate bypasses ATS, bypasses the ghost job filter, and lands directly in front of a decision maker. Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn, the platform that most of you are using to find these jobs, said it plainly. No matter how brilliant your mind or strategy, if you're playing a solo game, you will always lose out to a team. The career changers that are getting hired right now are not smarter than you. They're not more qualified per se. They just stop playing solo. So here's a play on how you can get there. Pick 5 target companies. No, not Google, not Meta, mid-size or small companies or growing startups in your niche. Then go on LinkedIn and find 3 real team members. Not necessarily HR, but the actual people who do the work. You can send a short message, not asking for a job, but asking to learn more about their team, their work, or their hiring process. You are not a candidate cold applying anymore. You now become a person trying to build a real relationship before the role even gets posted. This is exactly how the ghost job market stops having power over you. The tech job market in 2026 is not broken. It's just been overrun by ghost job postings that majority of career changers don't know how to filter out. And the people getting hired right now, they're not applying to more jobs than you. They're actually applying to fewer, but building more relationships in the process. So this week, run the 5 checkpoints on every job in your tracker and go that extra mile to conduct one real conversation at one real company this week. Remember, the market is wide open. It's just not where you've been looking. Okay, so in my next video, I actually give you a 90-day plan to get your data analyst job. And if this video changed how you're thinking, subscribe. I drop something like this every week, breaking down what's actually working to land a data career right now. Leave a comment before you go. How many applications have you submitted this week versus how many real conversations have you had with an actual human at a target company? That number will tell you everything about where you're stuck. I'll see you in the next one.